uncovering the legacy of British military engagements in the Victorian era. When we think of the British Empire during the Victorian era, we often envision maps stained pink with imperial dominance. But have you ever wondered how Britain managed to control such a vast and diverse empire spread across different continents? Well, today we're diving into the soldiers, regions, and strategies that defined British military engagements during the 19th century. Get ready for an epic journey through history. During the Victorian period, the British Army was dispatched across the globe, from the bustling markets of India to the wild savannas of Africa. While India and Africa were the largest areas of military commitment, British soldiers found themselves immersed in battles as far-flung as China, with the Opium Wars, and New Zealand with the Maori Wars. Each conflict was a puzzle piece in maintaining Britain's global strategic and commercial interests. With so many battles, the British Army became a seasoned force, skilled in navigating varied landscapes and cultures. The Opium Wars in China. Our first stop takes us east to the exotic landscapes of China. The Opium Wars were Britain's answer to the complex trade issues over opium with China. In a series of dramatic confrontations, British forces captured Canton in 1857 and took the strategic forts at Dagu in 1858. These fiery conflicts weren't just about opium, but about opening China to Western trade and influence. And while victorious, Britain left behind a tumultuous legacy that rippled through Chinese society. Conflicts in Africa. Africa was no stranger to the sound of British boots marching across its varied terrain. The British military campaigns in northern and southern Africa were marked by fierce opposition from local tribes who courageously defended their lands. From the arid deserts of the north to the verdant fields of the south, each skirmish was a testament to Britain's tenacity and the indomitable spirit of African fighters. This era laid the groundwork for the complex socio-political landscape of modern Africa. Maori Wars in New Zealand. Now let's travel to the verdant lands of New Zealand. The Maori Wars were a fierce clash between British settlers and the Maori people, who valiantly resisted settler expansion for nearly 3 decades. This wasn't just a war of muskets and bayonets, but a cultural confrontation between indigenous traditions and colonial advancements. The Maori warriors, with their legendary haka, made an indelible mark as defenders of their ancestral lands. Pirate campaigns and revolts. Even pirates felt the sting of British steel. On the waters around Borneo, Brooke's campaign against piracy subdued maritime threats, contrasting with the fiery Jamaican Revolt of 1865, a lesser-known uprising where British approach and suppression were swift and brutal. These engagements, though smaller in scale, were significant in showcasing British resolve against any threat to its territories or trade routes. The challenge of the Taiping Rebellion. The Taiping Rebellion was a seismic upheaval that threatened to topple the Qing dynasty. This massive rebellion, blending religious fervor with political ambition, raged across China, requiring foreign support to quell the chaos. Britain's interest here was not direct military engagement, but the preservation of stability for trade. The rebellion ended with staggering losses, altering China's socio-political fabric profoundly. The Viking influence and historical context. To fully appreciate these engagements, consider the Viking influence from centuries before, a tapestry of conquest, exploration, and cultural fusion. Like the Vikings, the British Empire was driven by expansion, trade, and cultural exchange. The echoes of Viking seafaring and conquest reverberate through British imperial strategies, painting a broader historical picture of adaptation and assimilation. So there you have it, across continents and cultures. British military efforts were as diverse as they were decisive. Every conflict, every treaty, and every skirmish played a role in shaping the world as we know it today. These small wars leave a profound legacy in the story of the British Empire that continues to captivate historians and enthusiasts alike.